Well, welcome back. While many producers are now concentrating on fertilizer programs, it won't be long before the shift into weed management. Now, there are different approaches to controlling weeds, leaving a lot to consider to avoid causing economic loss or adverse effects to the environment. In this week's Ag Journal, we discuss some management strategies that you just might consider applying this season.
Everybody kind of agrees that the chemical control of a weed is usually by far the most economical and the most efficient. If you have to send a hoeing crew out to take care of your weeds, it's very expensive and very temporary.
There are different methods of chemical application. Herbicides can be put down and incorporated into the soil. Contact killers are sprayed onto the crops, and banding chemicals are directly applied.
So a lot of farmers and ranchers have gotten away from spraying pre-emerge chemicals simply because it's more economic just to whale the crops up and then put down a over-the-top broadcast treatment. But what they're finding with that is we're creating super weeds. We're creating weeds that are resistant to the different chemicals they're spraying over the top. We need to get back to these pre-emergent chemicals. They're fairly cheap. Most of them have generics now, so it's not an expensive deal. And if you can get to the weed and keep it from germinating, it's always better than having to deal with it later on.
The use of chemical-resistant crops is now being used, which allows certain chemicals to be sprayed over the top.
Breeding those chemical-resistant genes into the cottonseed now that's the new and greatest thing, because it opens up a bigger window for controlling the weeds because you got more time to do it because it's an over-the-top application.
Taking time to thoroughly rinse spray equipment with clean water will ensure the best application for its next use.
The general rule is that as soon as you get through applying something, it's the best time to clean it out. Doesn't have time to soak into the hoses, doesn't have time to settle out. The main problem is to identify the chemical that's been in the sprayer and then tailor your cleaning program to that chemical. And the chemical labels that come with the chemical are a big help in that department.
Weed management can be costly for any size grower. Finding the most economical application can take a multifaceted approach.
Some of these chemicals are pretty pricey, so they've gone to a band approach to where they just put down a band right over the crop instead of spraying the entire broadcast width of the row. And then a lot of people have gone back to cultivating with steel, with plows and sweeps and beat knives and such as that. So they'll just put the chemical right in the middle where the crop is and then plow the rest of the dirt. So there's different ways to kind of control your cost and make your chemical dollar go further.